The next speaker is Ms. Mei Ichinose from Kyoto Municipal Murasakino Senior High School. The title of her speech is The Disabled. Would you please welcome Ms. Ichinose?
I have a short arm. How would you describe me? I think most of you would call me a shougaisha, which means a person with a disability. I have always been called this since I was born, but why do I have to be called that? I think many people think a person with an impairment is a person with a disability, but I think this is wrong. For example, my impairment is my short arm, but this is not my disability. I can study, I can ride a bike, I can swim, and I can tie my hair perfectly. I can do anything by myself. Then, why do I have to be called a person with a disability? I am completely able. In England, a person with an impairment is called disabled person. There, I came to know that there are mainly two disability models: the individual model and the social model. The individual model locates the problem of a disability within the individual. I think most of you are familiar with the idea of the individual model, but how about the social model? I think many of you haven't heard of it before, but I believe it's very important to know about it, as it will help you better understand what a disability is. The social model is an idea that is starting to become popular in England and is based on the idea that it is society that makes people disabled and not their impairments. You might wonder, how a society makes someone disabled? But please think about it. Have you ever been to a foreign country and couldn't make yourself understood? Then you were disabled in that society. Those who are wearing glasses or contact lenses, you would have been disabled without those inventions. And if there weren't any stairs or steps, a person on a wheelchair would not be disabled. I agree with the idea of the social model. Then, what exactly is society? It's people. That means we may be the one to create disabilities. As I said at the beginning, I can do anything by myself, but there are some things which make me feel disabled. I feel disabled when people stare at me, when people label me as disabled without knowing me. When I was 9 years old, I went to a swimming club to join a swimming class for racing, but they didn't allow me to join the class. They said I can only join the class, especially except for the disabled. They just saw my short arm and thought I couldn't swim like everyone else, when I actually could. That was when I felt disabled for the first time in my life. The swimming club made me disabled. Now I'm a swimmer, and I recently came back from the Asian Paralympic Games held in Incheon. I won 2 silver and 2 bronze medals. So, if you are not able to swim, I can teach you how, then you will no longer be disabled in the sea. I am aiming to take part in the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games, and I hope this game will be a great success. As you know, the London 2012 were an amazing success. I think this was brought by the non-disabled people's understanding of Paralympic athletes. How many non-disabled will be a real advocate for shougaisha? I think this will be a very important factor, for Tokyo 2020 to have the kind of success London 2012 had. I hope you came to understand the idea of the social model and start to look at disability from a new perspective. With only 5 years left until Tokyo 2020, I hope this idea spreads. I think the important thing is not to judge people without knowing them, and try to know and to accept that everyone is different and special in their own way. If society is the one that's making people disabled, society can also be the one to stop making them disabled. Thank you.